we go. Step yourself back. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
Here we go. 5-minute round. Right hand, Shields automatically shoots a single leg, takes down Mayhem Miller, pins him up against the cage, wraps up those two legs. Here comes the jiu-jitsu, folks. If you haven't seen this guy, realize he's one of the best in the world. A Cesar Gracie black belt.
He's working hard for position here. Looks like he's going to try to step over into the mount. Miller's kind of sandbagging on the energy. He's just backed himself up there. He's just kind of chilling, looking at his corner.
Miller trying to stand up. Miller feels that his unorthodox style of jiu-jitsu is just as good, if not better, than Shields.
Well, Shields is doing a great job of defeating the stand-up, and he's doing that by straightening out the leg one. And before that, he was holding both legs together, making it impossible for Miller to pull his hips out and stand up.
Miller, the veteran of 29 fights, you can see the experience on his face. He's not panicking whatsoever.
Shields trying to take his back, gets his hooks and flattens him out.
Although this may now be cause for some panic.
You might be worried here. He set him up nicely, though. Shields reached behind his back and grabbed Miller's hand where he couldn't block. Once he was unblocked, he couldn't block. He had to roll out.
Now Shields trying to pound him. Miller in a no-man's land with 3:30 to go. Shields full mount, hooks in. What happens here, Frank?
I don't think anything. I think Miller has the experience and the understanding just to relax, keep his head close to his body, and just relax. He can't really get hurt here unless Shields pops up and gets power.
Buck and roll for Miller. Gets to his feet quickly. Now a knee.
And that's where that size and strength advantage may have come into play.
Miller, naturally the heavier fighter.
Yes, he is, and that's a big step up for Shields, who wants to take on the big fights and the big boys. Came off a catchweight win at 182 pounds over Robbie Lawler. But Jason Mayhem Miller, 6'1", has the height and reach advantage.
2:47 to go in the first round, scheduled for 5 of the Strikeforce Middleweight World Championship. Jake Shields, 23-4-1. 3 KOs, 10 submissions against Jason Miller, 22-6-1. 1 no contest, 5 KOs, 13 submissions.
I like what Miller's doing here. Just chilling.
Well, it's a 5-round fight, right?
Yeah, he's got 25 minutes just relaxing, figure out the game.
And he is relaxed.
Ever the showman, and what a reaction he received. I was very impressed by the reaction that Big John McCarthy received, the referee. Always nice to see Big John as the law and order inside the cage.
Shields again is immobilized him by picking up his feet and putting them together.
Well, Miller told us as well, folks, that he wants to get Jake Shields tired. He wants to take him into the later rounds, and he knows that once he gets tired, he won't be able to shoot. And because he feels that he has a superior striking game, that's when he'll take over the fight.
But this stalemate along the fence is attracting boos like Brett Favre's return to Lambeau Field.
Well, currently, Shields is the only one working.
And Shields allowing Miller to stand up again. Miller pins Shields now on the fence, picks him up, and drops him. And I don't think we've ever seen that between Elite XC and Strikeforce. Shields pulls Miller into his guard. Now let's see how Jason works from the top position.
And Frank, like you said, the reason he was able to pull off that tremendous takedown slam was because he was conserving his energy along the fence.
Yeah, he was just waiting.
Now Shields, Miller standing up. Tried the wicked right hand, didn't work. Shields jumps all over.
Here's a great scramble back up on their feet. And the Muay Thai edge definitely in favor of Miller.
Jake Shields has been criticized in the past for his stand-up.
And has taken exception to it as well.
Miller takes his back. Wants to slam him now.
He's going to suplex him.
Here's a suplex. Well,
more of a takedown.
Now Miller trying to dig in. There it is, the suplex.
Shields now is looking at the clock.
And somewhere Josh Barnett is smiling.
13 seconds to go in the first of 5. And it's been a while since we've seen Jake Shields this vulnerable in the ring.
As we mentioned, 12 straight wins. He has not lost in nearly 5 years.
Here's something to watch for with Jake Shields. He's put on 4 or 5 pounds of muscle to get up to 185. He's normally a 170-pound fighter.
He just took a big left hook from Miller there.
And let's see if that extra weight slows him down or if it fatigues him. Now some blood coming out of, I believe, the forehead or the bridge of the nose of Jake Shields.
Just the second time in 8 fights that a fighter has made it out of round 1 versus Shields.
Shields is bleeding badly.
I think Miller's getting a better exchange on those knees.
How'd you score round 1 there, legend?
I have no idea.
Man, you're really not working with me on these judging things, are you?
There's too much going on.
Taking Shields back, but he grabs onto the heel and hooks him down. Miller holding on to Shields.
I think I gave Miller the slight edge in round 1. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. I agree with anything. It's mixed martial arts. Anything can happen.
Watch the elbow.
Caught in a funny wrestling position here. Miller's got the left leg of Shields. Shields holding the other leg. And body lock.
Somebody's got to make a move.
It's the MMA version of Twister right now.
This is the position where I was worried about Miller getting caught up into holds because he's being too lazy and too relaxed.
Talking about the game, not Eddie Bravo's technique.
Watch the back of the head, Jake.
Shields trying to come up top.
Miller flips it around, puts his feet on the cage for the extra tall bridge.
Great hip movement. Shields takes the back once again. You see his wrestling background.
And I see a big difference in the power of punches that are coming from Miller from behind and from Shields from behind.
5 of Shields' 10 submission wins have been via rear naked choke.
Trying to get it in now.
Last one came against Mike Pyle in November of 2007.
Shields taking the back.
So Shields really exercising control, but in exercising control, he uses his arms to hold, and he can't punch that hard with him.
Oh man, almost right into the crucifix. Good scramble by Miller.
Great wrestling and jiu-jitsu that we're seeing right now.
Very active, grappling and scrambling here, and almost in the same position we saw a while back. Oh, but what is it?
Banana split. There's a banana split right there.
Wrestling banana split.
Shields needs to reach up and grab that right knee, and he'll banana split Miller.
Shields bleeding. Takes one right in the face. A left hand from Miller.
One thing about Miller and his submission defense, he fought the Vonda Jacare, who will make his Strikeforce debut in December twice, could not be submitted, has only tapped once in 28 fights.
Side control for Shields. Miller trying to hip escape and get out. Unable to do it. Half guard now. Miller getting close to the fence. What does getting close to the fence do for the man on the bottom?
Well, the fence becomes a ladder or a wall that you can use. You can crawl up and you can bounce off it. You can put your feet on it. Miller knows this. Last time he flipped around and put those feet 3 feet in the air, had a massive bridge and was able to escape.
How frustrating is it for Shields that he continuously gets Miller's back but is unable to finish him?
Well, it's pretty frustrating, but he's also damaging
On
him.
his back. Shields trying to get that rear naked in. But Miller, so well schooled, pushes his arm through. Now turns.
Great job on Miller again. Although, give credit to where it is due this. It is definitely American Jiu-Jitsu on display here by Jake Shields. Good escape by Miller.
Now Miller will try to pound out Shields. 40 seconds ago in the second round, Shields using a lot of energy.
He's using a lot of juice. Yeah, he's using a lot of juice. And at the end of the last round, he was face down. Inside heel hook attempt here by Shields. He had the heel. It was all set.
Shields not able to hold on as this fight progresses.
But still so great to see two world-class athletes back and forth, you know, slipping and sliding, transitioning. This is what the Strikeforce Middleweight Championship bout should be like. And we got two of the best right here.
Meaning, as he gets tired, his shots, his holds will get more difficult for him in this fight.
Bigger and bigger.
Jake Shields has been the aggressor in the first 2 rounds. This is the 3rd round scheduled for 5-minute rounds in the Strikeforce Middleweight World Championship. Jake Shields in the black and red. Jason Mayhem Miller in the all black. And what a takedown now by Miller. He just slammed Jake Shields. We've never seen this happen. And as a matter of fact, for Jake Shields, 6 of his last 7 wins have been stopped in the first round. The other one was stopped in the second, going into the 3rd round for the first time in quite some time.
Yeah, definitely. Although it's interesting, there's the wrestling background of Shields taking him down. And while we may not be seeing much in the way of his improved stand-up striking, he is really doing a number on Miller when it comes to strikes on the ground. And now going into the cross-side position.
Well, he's looking for the crucifix here. He's going to try to put his right knee on top of the left arm of Miller and hold him down with his arms up where he can't defend himself.
I gave Shields round 2. I think it's 1 round apiece, but again, very unofficial. And
look how relaxed though Miller is, Frank, on the bottom.
Yep. And he's
not using a lot of energy.
Yeah, he's listening to his corner. He's nodding and listening, like directly connected to his corner.
Although again, let's not forget what Jake Shields is doing here, right into full mount, you guys. He's doing a very good job in round 3.
He's doing really good job in wrestling control. And Miller can hang out here if he wants, but he still has to also damage Shields as well as let him expend energy.
Shields has been inflicting punishment on Mayhem Miller. Miller fighting to survive most of the time in this fight. But you wonder, is that his game plan?
See, the Shields continues to score with body shots and now from mount. I mean, this is dire situation for Miller.
Miller on his back most of this fight. Now Jake Shields climbing up.
He's really beginning to assert himself now.
Shields using that great wrestling jiu-jitsu style. Taking his time. He can rest up there.
Miller looking for the back door. Nope.
Shields is so tight in his positioning. You see his leg, his thigh, his hip never leaves the body. There's a technique from here called the monkey roll, where you roll between your legs and you flip all the way over.
On cue, partner. Now Mayhem Miller will try. Shields trying to push him off, shoots for the single leg, gets it.
Oh, I love the scrambling. It's great. Oh, beautiful.
Back fist, baby.
Hey, Shoney Carter.
Grab it.
Shields looks like he may be a little tired. Miller pinning him, using the knees.
I wonder if that back fist was part of his slap of boxing technique.
He slapped him.
Stand right here.
Now they'll move them to the center. He knows he's in a fight with one of the best in the world.
The fence. Both you good? Yeah. Ready, fight.
You definitely see that added muscle on Shields working the takedown.
He does look strong.
Push that head down. He's got to push that head down and pull his hips out to his left.
See Miller try to do some wall walking here. Instead, he is, now as we near the championship rounds, Frank, you don't want to stay, so static.
Yep, now's the time to turn it on. You got to steal each round.
Fans not happy with all the ground fighting.
And they've been a great crowd thus far tonight, so they're letting their well-informed opinions.
Shields has set a guillotine and then sacrificed his position.
Shields has the body lock, but
and another takedown.
Had to work hard for it. Good reversal by Miller.
Good reversal. He drove the head down and he reached over and grabbed the butt, so all the weight moved forward on Shields.
Now Miller trying to get the rear naked on Shields. Miller trying to get that arm in. Miller, watch out. And Shields whips it away. Now he got the other one. Shields, he's got the hole. He's got the hole. Go down. Can he finish it? Can he finish it? Jake Shields, Miller.
Oh, wow. Saved by the bell. Oh, my.
But he has a serious game.
You ready?
And these are the rounds that he predicted. He gets Shields out of there.
And this is new territory for both fighters. They have never been in these championship rounds before.
This for the Strikeforce Middleweight World Championship. Shields with the single leg takedown. He pins Miller against the cage. Takes him down.
I think Shields has a chance here to take some life out of Miller. And instead of just holding the legs, he should be driving Miller into the fence, driving his shoulder into his gut, into his sternum, and taking the wind out of him.
Miller with that near miss at the end of the first round with the rear naked choke has recorded 5 wins via rear naked choke in his career thus far, including a win over Dennis Kang back in 2003.
What is this move called here, Frank, when he locks up both legs?
It's like a leg ride. He's kind of leg riding him, but it's a pin at the same time. He's pulling him together so he just can't stand up, move, pull his hips, do anything.
And at the same time, Shields resting a bit. Miller laying on the cage, having no problems. He hasn't been in serious trouble the entire night, although he spent most of the fight on his back.
Well, listen to this crowd. Chants of Miller.
Miller's got to start popping and exploding. He's got to start ripping those hips over. He wants to win this match. He's down. I think he's down on points. He's got to do something. He's got to get this back to a stand-up game.
Miller trying to stand up. Shields not allowing him to. Let's see if Big John McCarthy
Let's go.
stands these two fighters up.
Imploring them to improve position.
Shields is giving up the leg ride.
Let's get it up. Come on, guys.
Not enough.
And John McCarthy, the most popular man at the Sears Center with that cover.
Back knee.
There's some more.
Jake Shields grabs and takes a ride again. But those knees were huge.
So much for Shields' stand-up, immediately going for the takedown. He wants to taste none of Miller's Muay Thai.
Half guard.
And I
Shields passing.
I hate to say it again, but Miller should have stuck to his slap boxing. Yeah, Shields has got to start throwing that leg over the head. He's got to start trying to pin that arm down. He's got to be more aggressive. There it is. He's got to be more aggressive in trying to get holds and finish
Well,
this.
he really has found himself in dominant position throughout the fight.
But he's been unable to do anything, and one of the reasons why is he's focused so much on controlling his opponent that his arms and legs aren't available to do those holds.
Well, the one thing he's done on the ground is landed 62 of a total 69 strikes.
As a side choke set up here.
Arm triangle.
Shields is trying to get him to pull his elbow so he can drive it across his face.
Now Shields rolling back.
Should run that cage.
Miller using the cage.
Shields doing a tremendous job of controlling Miller here in the 4th round.
Yeah, this 4th round has belonged to Jake Shields. He's done a wonderful job catching himself, took a couple of knees. Gets him off the cage. Nice slide. Full mount again for Shields. But Miller, buck,
rolls through again. Nicely done. You know, Mayhem's fan club is known as the Mayhem Monkeys. He's using the monkey roll.
Monkey roll. There it is.
Jake, 30 seconds. Finish it on top. Shoot shot. Finish it on top. Make shot. Ease and hammer fist. Ease and hammer fist, Shields. 20 seconds.
14 seconds to go in the fourth round, scheduled for 5 for the Strike Force Middleweight World Championship. Jake Shields in black and red. Jason Miller with the red and black hair.
And that was definitely a round dominated by Shields.
Brett Rogers will get his opportunity at the Great Fedor in about 15 minutes. Final round for the vacant Strike Force Middleweight Championship. Jake Shields in black and red, and Jason Miller with the red and black hair.
Considering their respective pedigrees, no surprise that 3/4 of this fight has been contested on the ground.
Miller would like nothing more for this fight to be staged in the center of the cage, but Jake Shields has not allowed that to happen.
Now he's smothering him with his wrestling and now going for a guillotine choke. Looking for his 5th win via guillotine. We can tell you that Miller's only tapped once. That was over 7 years ago when he succumbed to a guillotine choke by Todd Carney.
Great scramble there. Great scramble.
Jake Shields, so aggressive and quick. When the fight goes to a scramble,
You got to scrape him off on the cage.
and quite often in sports, it's important for teams and players to know who they are. Jake Shields knows who he is. He's a wrestler and a jiu-jitsu master.
Yeah, he's going to sell that he's a striker to us all day long. This man is a grappler.
I didn't think conditioning would be a problem in this fight, and so far these guys continue. And I mean, Frank, you know all about when you're at close quarters wrestling, the amount of energy that's expended is unbelievable. These guys are cardio machines.
It's absolutely amazing. What's even more amazing is that grappling, and particularly wrestling, is actually an anaerobic-based activity. So you're actually lifting weights the whole time you're out there. You've got to have that conditioning and the cardio training.
Mayhem Miller may have underestimated the conditioning of Jake Shields because he has been jumping on him from the very beginning. Same fight as we saw in
another
the first
full
round.
mount here again. It's unbelievable the dominant positions that Jake Shields has found himself in this fight. And that definitely has to count for something with the judges. Although, as you said, Frank, it really is paramount to do something with it.
You got to do something. I mean, he's winning the game. No doubt Shields is winning this game.
And let's credit, Mayhem Miller's defense, because
the fight's not over, but the game looks like it's been won. The fight is not over.
Now Shields really relaxing in it. He caught his 2nd win. He's having no problems with Miller. Miller just all survival now.
how many lifetimes ago was that rear naked choke attempt by Miller right now?
It seems like an eternity. What Shields is really doing well here, and the reason why Miller can't get away, he's got a figure-4 body lock right across his waist. Not only takes the air out of you, but it traps him on your back so you can't get him off.
In body triangle, we've seen before Ivan Salaberry submit Tony Frickland.
Well, I have been there a few times. It is not a pleasant move. It feels like your ribs are going to break.
Pulls him back down again, trying to get that arm in for the rear naked.
Now Miller's in trouble if he doesn't get his legs out from underneath him. He can't bridge and turn if his legs are underneath him.
Now Miller wearing Shields like a backpack right now, but nice reversal there, but he's got to do something now.
Stand him up.
And Shields jumps right back on.
Miller's going for a guillotine, and it looks like he's got it because Shields is really turning.
Jake Shields, too well schooled in jiu-jitsu to be submitted on an elementary guillotine by Mayhem Miller.
Shields, the one and only Elite XC welterweight champion, now moving up to 185 pounds and looking to fill the vacancy left by Kung Lee, a Strikeforce middleweight champion.
50 seconds to go in the fifth and final round. Two seconds to go. Jake Shields has dominated this fight from the very beginning.
Work your way through it. Let's go.
On top, Mayhem Miller has had his moments, but not enough of them.
Shields doing what brought him to the dance, using that wrestling superiority to his advantage here tonight, guys.
Grabs that leg again. And just that's it. Hard fight for both gentlemen. Mayhem Miller and Jake Shields. Going 5 hard rounds, and we'll be back with the decision right after this.
Gus, talk back. Go talk back, Gus.
Jake is so tired. Look at him stumbling around.
Big win, though. 96 of 106 strikes landed on the ground. Did what he had to do. Wasn't pretty, but won him the title. Or should have. Fuck, Miller, man. Wow. At that moment.
He'd have had, what, 10 more seconds?
Oh, man, sure. 5, maybe. Do you see his eyes?
He was done.
They're bugging out. They're like,
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we have a unanimous decision. Marcos Rosales scores at 48-47. Sal D'Amato and Kevin Caldwell both score at 49-46 in favor of the winner. Now the Strikeforce World Middleweight Champion, Jake Shields.
Jake Shields, winner by unanimous decision, 49-46, 49-46, 48-47.
lucky number 13.
And he is now the new Strikeforce middleweight champion.
And really, Shields can't be penalized for not having a crowd-pleasing fight. He did what he had to do.
Coming up next, Fedor Emelianenko versus Brett Rogers. The heavyweights enter the cage here on CBS.
These guys are mobbing you over here. I don't know if I'm going to fight. No way. Don't worry about these guys. Yeah. You won the fight.